underway in the East Indian state of Jharkhand and the West Indian state of Maharashtra. In Maharashtra, the stakes are high for both the BJP-led ruling Mahayuti alliance and the Congress-led coalition Mahavikas Aghadi. Mahayuti coalition comprising the BJP Chief Minister Eknath Shinde-led Shiv Sena alliance with Ajit Pawar faction of the NCP is aiming to retain power, while the MVA consisting of the Congress, Shiv Sena, Uddhav faction led by Uddhav Thackeray and Sharad Pawar's NCP is aiming for a comeback. And the state went to polls, remember, on the 28th of November in what was a single-phase election and reported over 65% voter turnout, which is the highest in the last 30 years, no less. And earlier we were showing you the breaking news that at 8 a.m. counting of votes had begun for both Jharkhand as well as Maharashtra Assembly elections. Besides that, counting of votes is also taking place for by-polls in 48 Assembly constituencies and 2 Lok Sabha constituencies. So the stakes are very high for all the political parties and candidates in the fray, particularly in these 2 assembly elections in Maharashtra as well as Jharkhand. You can look at the visuals of the security arrangements that have been made quite tight, and top-level monitoring is underway as counting process goes on in both Jharkhand as well as in Maharashtra. So the news coming in at this point in time is that BJP is leading in Maharashtra as well as also in Jharkhand. So the NDA is leading in both Maharashtra and Jharkhand. That is the news that we are getting you at this point in time. We are getting leads on 103 out of 288 assembly seats, and the BJP is leading there on 52. And these are visuals, like we've been telling you, of how tight the security arrangements are at the counting centers where frisking is taking place. And look at the leads from Maharashtra, and we are showing you leads on 107 out of 288 assembly constituencies. BJP leading on 55 now, Shiv Sena on 18 and NCP on 6, whereas Congress is leading on 10. Shiv Sena Uddhav faction is leading on 5 seats. NCP Sharad Pawar faction is leading on 10 seats. And the others are yet to open their account in terms of leads. So you can easily see here the halfway mark, remember, is 145 here. There are 288 assembly seats. So either party or alliance, that is the Mahayuti alliance, which is currently ruling there, or the Mahavikas Aghadi alliance, which is in opposition there, needs to reach at least the majority mark of 145 to be able to easily form the government. Otherwise, a lot will depend on smaller parties as well as independents and rebels. A lot of phone calls have already been made to various rebels, independents and smaller parties, just in case they are in a position to play the role of a kingmaker. So these are visuals that we are showing to you from the counting centers particularly, and we expect that in a few hours from now the trends will be quite clear, and by the end of the day we expect the results to be announced officially as well by the Election Commission. So the counting exercise is underway. The stakes are very high. This is for the first time that an assembly election is taking place in Maharashtra after the split of both Shiv Sena as well as the NCP. We saw that in the 2014 Lok Sabha polls as well. But in the assembly election contest, this is the first time that this is happening, and the stakes are extremely high because there are political titans, so to say. There are prominent faces that are in the fray in both Maharashtra as well as Jharkhand. And it remains to be seen who will come out on top. But in Jharkhand, we know it is the JMM led by Hemant Soren, which is in power. And remains to be seen whether they will be able to retain power or BJP is able to make a comeback, because leads at this point in time show that BJP is the leading party in Jharkhand. As far as Maharashtra goes, BJP again, which is of course part of the NDA there, a part of the Mahayuti alliance, is leading. So it seems it's advantage NDA, like most of the exit polls showed too this time around, but many of them also showed a neck-and-neck contest. It's early days yet. We should say that still it's early to call the election, and no analyst at this point in time would do that. But look at how the assembly election leads are looking at as far as Jharkhand is concerned. BJP leading on 21, AJSU on 5, JMM on 11, Congress on 4. RJD is yet to open its account, and others, of course, are yet to open their accounts. So here again in Jharkhand, BJP leading on 21 out of 81 seats, the leads for which have come in. 41, remember, is the majority mark here. And let's introduce the guest in the studio. Aditi Tandon is here with us. She's a senior political journalist. Such a pleasure to have you. Always a pleasure to have you on DD India and get analysis from you. Also joining us is our correspondent Shama Mishra. She's outside the Congress office in Mumbai. Pleasure, Sharma, to have you. How has the day started for you as well as the Congress? What is the buzz that you are getting there?
Well, it's actually no buzz at all here at Congress headquarters, and this was a similar picture in the Lok Sabha elections as well. But we all know what happened to the exit poll trends and how it did not translate into the reality, and then the people from the Congress office started pouring in. So we are expecting somebody, some of the officials, some of the leaders to come to pour in the headquarters and talk to us what really went wrong or what really is going on in Maha Vikas Aghadi, because as per the trends, which is what we are seeing right now, is definitely the Maha Yuti is gaining a lot of places, gaining a lot of seats over there, and this will obviously be a very important point for both NCP and Shiv Sena, which got fragmented from its original party, because we understand that this is a fight for proving themselves as to which party is the original Shiv Sena or the NCP. So in both the factions, this particular fight is going on, and as per the trends, what we are seeing right now is it's definitely showcasing that Maha Yuti is it's in the higher position, it's in a heavier position, but obviously, as you mentioned, that it's too early to say, too soon to say, because last time also in Lok Sabha elections,
yes, Sharma, we'll keep coming back to you for more from Maharashtra. It's emerging as an interesting contest there, and now there's some breaking news coming in. Let's show our viewers what that breaking news is. Babulal Marandi is leading from the Dhanwar seat in Jharkhand. He was the first Chief Minister of Jharkhand, and presently he is the BJP state president. He had joined the BJP after leaving it in 2020. He had come back to the BJP fold, and now he is the state BJP president. Remember, he was the first Chief Minister of Jharkhand. Jharkhand was formed in 2000. Babulal Marandi of the BJP leading from Dhanwar. So that is the first lead on top of 9 that we are telling you about. Very interesting battle because the last assembly elections, remember, had happened in 2019 when Babulal Marandi was not per se a BJP candidate, but now Babulal Marandi is a part of the Dhanwar, a part of BJP, and of course contesting from Dhanwar. And our correspondent is joining us. Akshay Dongre is joining us from Ranchi. Akshay, coming to you, the lead that we are getting is that Babulal Marandi is leading from Dhanwar. What is the poll pulse that you are picking from there?
But the poll pulse is clear as far as the state is concerned. In fact, these are the early leads, and yes, we'll have to wait for at least a couple of hours for the trends to become more clear. But the early trends are also something that the poll analysis, monitor, and that is why the polling starts at 8 a.m. And as of now, it's been about an hour about 10 minutes that the counting has started. And the leads have started to emerge more strongly now in the favor of the Bharatiya Janata Party and its allies, with the NDA getting about 35, with the NDA rather getting leads in about 35 seats, and the incumbent government that includes the Jharkhand Mukti Morcha and the Indian National Congress, along with the other allies that they have in the NDA alliance. They are still below the 25 lead mark, so that makes it slightly clearer that the anti-incumbency that was being touted as one of the major factor and a key poll issue in terms of infrastructure development, in terms of infiltration, in terms of the tribal identity, all that factors have played a significant role, and it has hit the Hemant Soren government, and clearly the return of Babulal Marandi to the Bharatiya Janata Party has helped the party a lot with the government formation inside for the BJP as of now in the early trends. But again, like I said in the beginning, we'll have to wait for a couple of hours more to have a clear image. But it appears that the way trends are going, by 11 a.m. The picture will be almost clear on what side the voters have voted for, and who is going to form the government in this very important state of Jharkhand, that not only is one of the youngest states of the country, but also a state that has a lot of potential, untapped resources, and lot more that it has to offer to the country. Back to you.
Absolutely, Akshay. And Shama, we'll keep coming back to you for more, but let's get perspective now from the studio. Aditi Tandon continues to be with us. Aditi, what do you make of the trends that we are getting? The BJP is leading on 63 seats. These are the trends that we have here on Doordarshan. Out of 288, the leads have come in for 129 seats. So the BJP there is leading on 63, and as far as Jharkhand is concerned, the BJP again is leading there on 21 seats out of 81. All in all, 41 leads have come in.
See, what's interesting is while you were taking the inputs from your correspondents, the Election Commission of India has published the first trends for both the states. And these trends are showing that the NCP, Ajit Pawar led NCP is leading in 7, BJP in 6, Shiv Sena Shinde group in 5, Sharad Pawar's NCP in 2 and Congress on 1.
Okay.
So these are the initial Election Commission leads. But of course, you know, as you said and as the general leads are indicating, these appear to be along the expected lines, although like you again said earlier that this is early, you know, too early to call the election. But what we see is what was the pulse on the ground for those who travel to Maharashtra. This is what they gained. See, what I understand from these leads, Munmun, is that just like in Haryana, there was an anti-incumbency against the sitting BJP government. But what happened? The people, the voters of Haryana got a chance to punish the BJP in the Lok Sabha election. Out of 10 seats which BJP had in Haryana, all 10 BJP had. BJP lost 5. Congress gained 5. So, you know, the anger was dissipated. So by the time the state assembly elections arrived, that anger was gone. So everybody began on an even field. And the BJP took, you know, the entire strategy to the 44 seats where they had still maintained their leads in the Lok Sabha poll. A similar strategy was adopted by the BJP in Maharashtra also. Same thing, Maharashtra, Lok Sabha, BJP came down from 23 seats in 2019 to only about what, 9 seats, I think, 9 or 7. So again, the anger is dissipated. So you begin on an even field because the voter has been given a chance to punish you. So what the BJP has very smartly done is, it has put its house in order, it has got the political narratives right, and it has gone into the election with Eknath Shinde. So my assessment is that with the right mix of the political narratives, you know, promises to the people, what we call political welfareism these days, which is of course a competing narrative on both sides, plus the right kind of leadership. For instance, you had a Naib Singh Saini, an OBC face in Haryana, you have a Maratha face Eknath Shinde in Maharashtra. So you are going into an election with Eknath Shinde as your face, who is not your party leader, who is the party leader of Shiv Sena, an ally. So I think the exact combination of things worked out well for them. And micromanagement of course was there, and you know, early phases, Bhupendra Yadav, who is the environment minister, and Ashwini Vaishnaw, who is the information and broadcasting minister, were put in charges of Maharashtra elections by the BJP, which reveals how important the state was for them. So in the initial trends that are coming in, we do see a reflection of success of the NDA's larger strategy in the state.
Okay. There's also news coming in that Prithviraj Chavan, who is former Chief Minister of Maharashtra, is trailing at this point in time. So that's the news that we are bringing to you. Remember, BJP is leading in Maharashtra, and news now coming in that former Maharashtra Chief Minister Prithviraj Chavan is trailing. And so a lot of upsets taking place there in Maharashtra as well. So this is big news coming in. A prominent Congress face trailing in Maharashtra. Prithviraj Chavan is trailing in Maharashtra. That is the news that we are bringing to you at this point in time. And Ajit Pawar is leading in Baramati. Remember, he is the sitting NCP MLA there. He hasn't lost an election since the 1990s. And of course, this was a very interesting battle because he was up against another member of the Pawar family, the grandnephew of Sharad Pawar. And that is interesting news and some sort of relief for the NCP as well. Yes. Yes. So Shama is there with us from the Congress headquarters. Shama, the real NCP, if I may say, has something to celebrate because Ajit Pawar is leading from Baramati. This was an interesting contest, isn't it? I know you are not currently there as far as the NDA camp is concerned. You are there outside the Congress headquarters. But if you could also, share your thoughts on this interesting battle and what really this means for the Pawar family, for NCP and for Maharashtra.
Well, obviously, it's a big information and a very good welcoming, we could say, moment for the NCP, because NCP was definitely worried about the whole situation. And as we were mentioning, that it's a fight where both of the factions were to prove themselves, which is the real NCP or the Shiv Sena. And definitely, we are getting the trends from the Election Commission of India website, where it's clearly showing that the NCP of Ajit Pawar, surprisingly, his is the maximum number which is currently at the lead. So we can understand. Okay, so it's updated right now, and BJP is obviously leading at 10. After that is Shiv Sena, which is the Eknath Shinde. They've gotten 9 leads. Then is NCP 8. Then Sharad Pawar is also at 4. Indian National Congress, which is Congress, at 3, and Uddhav Thackeray is at 2. So we can understand, since now the Congress is getting its number at 3, people or the officials will start flowing in at this party headquarters. But yes, obviously we have to mention about how Mahayuti came together. All these 3 factions came together, 3 parties came together and formed this Mahayuti and wooed the voters with their, a lot of developmental schemes, a lot of other schemes which were good for empowering people. So we understand that the voters have really, the voters really chose that this particular government should continue, and that is how the voting pattern has emerged now. We also understand that some of the schemes, including, which were unveiled at the very end, which was the Ladki Behen, the Latka Bhau, for stipends for the youth, then the farmers' welfare schemes. All these schemes have really started to show up in this particular results scenario, and we are also understanding the name, the particular seats which are being led by the candidates. First of all, we can say that Kalidas Kolamkar, which is he is one from the Wadala seat, and he's been winning from the Wadala seats, and this is for the 9th time that he's standing here, and he's from Mahayuti, and everyone was very sure that Kalidas Kolamkar will definitely win, and so is the lead showing. Apart from that, we are also getting it from Satara, Shivendra Singh Bhosle. He's gotten the lead over here. Apart from that, there are several other areas which is also getting the leads over here. So in that is Kankavli, Nitesh Rane. He is standing for the first time, and he's getting a lead over here. So we were all, sort of expecting this particular seat, that Nitesh Rane, because the entire seat, the entire area, the Sindhudur, Ratnagiri, Kankavli, these areas are the belt, a stronghold of Rane family, and this is obviously showing now.
You're
There's
also getting information, Shama, that Devendra Fadnavis is
the
leading from
Sangam
Nagpur Southwest. He again, as a prominent face, would be a chief ministerial aspirant, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, definitely, and Devendra Fadnavis is also one of those seats, one of those candidates which were obviously expected that he will secure an easy win, and likewise even Ajit Pawar, even Eknath Shinde from Kopri Pachpakhadi. These are all the candidates which are going to get an easy win in their areas, and as you mentioned that the face of the chief minister is obviously a question mark in both the camps, not just the Mahavikas Aghadi, but now the talks of the chief minister's face is getting, it's now starting to heat up in the Mahayuti as well, because if BJP is securing the maximum number of seats, BJP would definitely want their own
absolutely.
Face,
I was coming to that. Shama, Sana Malik of the NCP, daughter of Nawab Malik, is trailing at this point in time. So it seems it's all good news by and large for the Mahayuti, and not very good news for the MVA. If you could take that point further, Shama, you are with us, that if BJP were to win the maximum number of seats, they would have a national claim over the chief minister's position, isn't it?
Well, definitely, and as we were mentioning earlier, that the meetings for that particular aspect has also begun, and that's also heating up. The discussions are now very strong about that particular fact, that what candidate would be at the CM's post, because even during the unveiling of the Sankalp Patra, which was done by Union Home Minister Union Home Minister Amit Shah when he was here in Mumbai, the questions when when they were asked to Amit Shah that who will be the candidate, who will be the face of CM, he definitely said that after the numbers are out, after the election results are out, it will be decided. So it is always a game that, you know, whoever secures the maximum number of seats, it's always their candidate who will secure that position. And even here, if BJP, even when Eknath Shinde had broken up with the Uddhav Thackeray faction and he had come, everyone was thinking that it will be Devendra Fadnavis who will be taking that chief minister's position, chief minister's post. But then everything was, as we say, that Maharashtra's politics no one can predict, and that same thing happened, and the very unpredictable thing happened. And
I'll come in at this point in time, since we are discussing the chief ministerial aspirants. Eknath Shinde is currently leading from Popri Panchapakadi. So, you know, your thoughts on this, because will it be easy for the BJP to manage this, to talk to Eknath Shinde and maybe discuss a top cabinet post for him, or maybe a deputy chief ministerial position for him? Or do you think that he will give his alliance partners a hard time?
Given the fact and given the history which Shiv Sena, the Uddhav Thackeray, when they were not divided, and BJP has had, Eknath Shinde will be in a position to negotiate, and he will not be the party will not be in a position to, you know, say, give a hard time to BJP, because Eknath Shinde has already had his fair share of the chief ministerial post, and now he would have also understood the fact that if BJP wins the maximum number of seats in Mahayuti, it will obviously be the BJP's call, saying that they are in the position to take a decision, and if that happens, and that will happen, Eknath Shinde will give in, because we understand that Eknath Shinde will ask for a lot of posts, which will be a lot of portfolio, which will be which will be plush also, and which will be beneficial for them as well. And even BJP would be in a position to give them those portfolios and satisfy them while taking the post of the chief minister. As for speaking for NCP, we understand that Ajit Pawar, given the fact that the number was leading, and when the results actually come out totally, BJP and Mahayuti altogether will be in a position to discuss which party has gotten the maximum number, and very much likely it will be BJP in the Mahayuti, and definitely BJP would be in a decision to actually decide, and the rest of the partners would be to follow the suit.
Absolutely. We'll keep coming back to you. Do keep an eye on the trends as you are, and it will be a long day for you, Shama. And Akshay is also joining us. But Akshay, before I come to you, let's take perspective on the Maharashtra State Assembly trends. We are seeing how both the chief ministerial aspirants, if I may put it like that, Eknath Shinde, the sitting chief minister, is leading, and so is Devendra Fadnavis leading, and even Ajit Pawar, the third chief ministerial aspirant. So what do you think is going to happen? Because I was looking in the leads so far for the Mahayuti. They are leading on 129 seats so far. More leads will come in, but do you think they'll cross the 145 mark? And if they cross, then there'll be no problem. Mostly the party with the highest number of seats will get the chief ministerial position.
I don't think it's that simple in politics, because you see, last time what had happened in 2019, the BJP had 105 seats and the Shiv Sena had 56 seats. But Shiv Sena's Uddhav Thackeray wanted the chief minister's post, and when he did not get it, he actually betrayed the mandate and went along with the Congress and the NCP for the CM's post. So you have raised a very pertinent point, more than the fact who is winning the election. Both sides have been, I think, negotiating on who will be the chief minister should any side win. But see, as far as my understanding of the ruling alliance goes, Munmun, I think early on they sent very positive signs when they did not insist on Devendra Fadnavis as the face of the alliance. You see, BJP is the senior partner in the Mahayuti alliance, naturally with 105 seats. And Eknath Shinde's Shiv Sena is a smaller partner even within the Shiv Sena bloc, and then Ajit Pawar. But what did the BJP do? The BJP got the caste arithmetic, community arithmetic right by not insisting on Devendra Fadnavis. He's a Brahmin. Right now in Maharashtra, Maratha quota politics is the hot issue. Who is the Maratha leader who is in a position to lead the party? So now I think Eknath Shinde and Ajit Pawar, they are the two big Maratha faces of the ruling Mahayuti. Of course, BJP is going to get the maximum number of seats in, like the trends are showing, because they contested the highest number of seats. They contested 149. So
you are saying that even though BJP may win the maximum number of seats in Maharashtra and Mahayuti is in a position to form the government, there is a good chance that either Ajit Pawar or Eknath Shinde, because they are Maratha faces, could become the chief minister.
See, I have a sense that the BJP after the Lok Sabha elections has started valuing allies more. And when you look at the post-Lok Sabha election strategy of the BJP, never will the BJP go into an election with a non-BJP face. It's the first time that they have projected an ally, Eknath Shinde, as the face of the alliance in Maharashtra. Do not discount the importance of this signaling. Right. This is the signaling to the entire Maratha belt. Manoj Jarange Patil withdrew at the last moment from the election. He is the Maratha quota activist who had been abusing the BJP all along. Had he been in the fray in Marathwada region, which is a decisive region, he could have damaged the BJP chances. But he withdrew from the race, and we have to see his withdrawal is helping which force. But my understanding, Munmun, is that the BJP this time is going to spring a major surprise in Maharashtra. I will not be surprised if they retain Eknath Shinde as the chief minister.
Okay, so that's a safe bet perhaps that you are making at this point in time. But Akshay, very quickly from you, if you could tell us why are trends looking the way they are in Jharkhand? Was there anti-incumbency against the JMM there?
Well, it appears so, Munmun, as of now, because of the trends are giving leads to the Bharatiya Janata Party more than the incumbent government. In the last 5 years, there have been a range of issues that have plagued the state, especially when it comes to the development of the state. This is, in fact, like we have been talking about how young Jharkhand as a state is. It was formed just around 2000, and it's been about only 24 years that the state has been formed. And in these 24 years around, it has seen several chief ministers, a lot of instability, a lot of political back and forth happening, and a lot of agendas are working when it comes to who rules the state and who exactly makes call when it comes to the major decisions in the states are concerned. And the people have suffered because of all of this politics, and the people have been calling for a stable government in the state. Now, the most important issues in these elections have actually been the infiltration of Rohingya migrants from Bangladesh, and that has been a talking point for the Bharatiya Janata Party more than the JMM and the Indian National Congress, and perhaps people were not quite happy about the government not doing much to control that menace. So that is one. Second is obviously development of the state, development of roads, development of universities and schools. That is also need of the hour because the people from Jharkhand, they have to go out to different cities. They have to go to other metropolitan cities like Delhi, NCR, Bangalore, Pune, Mumbai. They have to go out there for education. They have to go out there for employment. And despite Jharkhand being one of the richest, richest state when it comes to natural resources, it could not cater to its own people when it comes to basic amenities are concerned, and that has been a key talking point for the people here as well. Now, the third point also remains about the tribal identity, and that has been raked up quite prominently by the BJP, that the tribal identity is being hurt, but on the other hand, the JMM also has been trying to rake up this issue. So these had been certain talking points in these elections. The people are not happy when it comes to the developmental parameters are concerned. So clearly that sends out a wave of anti-incumbency among the people, and that is something that we are seeing in these early leads. With the Bharatiya Janata Party, leading with about 35 to 40 seats, and the JMM, the Indian National Congress, and all the other India alliances still below the 30 mark. So that these are the early trends, however, that have been given out by the people on the ground across the street, and our Doordarshan team, that is also spread across the state as well. The election commission is slowly giving these leads, and that is perhaps the most authenticated authentic leads rather, and we'll have to wait for about an hour more for clearer leads to appear, and we can then make a perception that which way this election is going. But the early leads have clearly showed that when it comes to polling, people did have this anti-incumbency factor in mind. No, if not all, but
Absolutely.
many, when it comes to the changes that we are seeing in the political scenario of the state.
In fact, in both the states, Maharashtra and Jharkhand, we saw the voting percentage was more this time around compared to last time. We'll keep coming back to you. Now, let's get perspective on the Jharkhand Assembly elections from you, Aditi. Babulal Marandi is leading from Dhanwar. He was the first Chief Minister. And here there is breaking news coming in. The BJP plus, that is Mahayuti, is close to the halfway mark of 145 in Maharashtra. So Mahayuti is leading in over 140 seats, very close to the halfway mark of 145. It's a 288 member assembly in Maharashtra. So the Mahayuti alliance may well continue for another term in Maharashtra, it seems, if it is able to cross the halfway mark of 145. And as our correspondents are also saying, in 1 hour from now, we expect these trends to consolidate and the picture to become even clearer. So the BJP plus is close to the halfway mark. Who will be the Chief Minister? Will it be Eknath Shinde, as Aditi Tandon is telling us here in the studio, or would it be Devendra Fadnavis or Ajit Pawar? Will it be easy to zero in on the Chief Minister's face in Maharashtra? Look at the leads at this point in time. BJP leading in Maharashtra on 90 seats. Shiv Sena of Eknath Shinde on 42 seats. NCP on 22. Congress on 17. Shiv Sena Uddhav faction on 10, and NCP Sharad Pawar faction on 16. Others yet to open their accounts. So BJP at 91, followed by, of course, Shiv Sena at 42, NCP at 22, and the MV alliance only comes after that. So this is very close to the 145 majority mark in the Maharashtra Assembly. What would you say, Shyama, looking at these numbers? Is the picture nearly clear? Do you think that it's yet another term for the Mahayuti alliance there?
Well, Munmun, if we are to say that, it's definitely another term, but as Aditi was mentioning, it's not just which party secures the maximum number, which Gathbandhan secures the maximum number of seats. It's also the parties which later on decide whether they want to be in that Gathbandhan or decide otherwise. So it's definitely a tough call to make over here. And as we were mentioning, you've also mentioned about the trends, how BJP and the Mahayuti has secured the maximum number of seats in the lead. Here on the Election Commission of India website, we are also seeing that around close to 80 number of seats is what the Mahayuti is securing, which is much higher than the Mahavikas Aghadi, which is close to 30. And this is something which is, they are very, they're trailing this particular race. And even the fact that these stalwarts of BJP or Eknath Shinde's Shiv Sena or NCP, Ajit Pawar, they are all leading, and many of those faces, many of those known faces are actually leading in their particular areas. Even in some areas which was expected that Congress or the Mahavikas Aghadi would be in a strong position, the trends are changing over there, and Mahayuti is securing a lead over there. So we understand, even if Mahayuti is in a position to get that magical number, it will be a tough call to form the government, because the question mark over here is that who will be the next Chief Minister. And over there, all of the success, all of the winning areas, or winning, we could say, the paths, or the points actually goes and pauses over there. So until this is decided that who will be the Chief Minister, it will not be an easy thing to say when will be the next government forming, but anything, it has to form before 26, because 26 is what the Maharashtra 10-year term ends, and it will be before that. So we are hoping that Mahayuti, if it secures that magical number, should come together, have a good discussion, have a fruitful discussion, and be able to come to a position where things are decided quickly and in a better way, so that the government is formed. And however, we are seeing that the numbers at this side also, the Mahavikas Aghadi, as I was saying, that it's just 30. But yes, in terms of Congress and NCP Sharad Pawar, that's also rising. So now NCP Sharad Pawar is at 14 and the Indian National Congress is at 13.
Right.
So leads over there also are rising, but we are as everyone is mentioning that by 11 o'clock it will be clear
rising faster.
what is the
Yes.
trending. Yeah,
Yes, we'll leave it at that. Shama, thank you so much for joining us. Akshay, thanks to you as well. And let's get a quick reaction before we take a break from Aditi Tandon. Aditi, it's getting very interesting in Maharashtra. Again, I will be really keen to know who the chief ministerial face is. And I would go with what you are saying, considering the political calculations. But this is also a battle for legacy. So finally, it seems that NCP's face will be Ajit Pawar, not Sharad Pawar anymore.
Yeah.
And that's got acceptance from the people. And also, Shiv Sena's face will not be Uddhav Thackeray, but Eknath Shinde.
I think early trends, Munmun, are indicating a massive loss of face for one political leader, and that is Uddhav Thackeray. Because you see, this is a real rejection of Uddhav Thackeray by the people, because again, I think as we were discussing earlier, political dynasties also have an expiry date. People would have by now started assessing Uddhav Thackeray for what he is, how he performed when he had a chance to perform as the chief minister. Similarly in Jharkhand, how has Hemant Soren performed in the field? He is a great son of a great tribal leader. Yes, he is a tribal dynast. But is he anything beyond that? That is what this election is about. The election also reveals that the aspirations of the common voters are also changing. And electoral understanding of the people is changing. Mere inheritance of political legacies is no longer a license to victory. Like Uddhav Thackeray's case is today showing, these are preliminary trends, but I think they are going to hold. Like you have a mass leader in Eknath Shinde who has completely upset the entire political equation of Uddhav Thackeray. I remember Union Home Minister Amit Shah's comments when he was releasing the Maharashtra election manifesto. He made one pertinent comment. He said, had the NCP and the Shiv Sena prioritized mass leaders with genuine talent over their parties would have been intact today. And Amit Shah went on to further warn these parties that if you do not put your house in order now, do not prepare a plan to bring genuine talent into leadership roles, your parties will disintegrate further. So now what happens after this election?
The BJP brought back Babulal Marandi.
Exactly. So it's not just about what is the real NCP or Shiv Sena. It's about, will the NCP Sharad Chandra Pawar exist after this election, and will the Shiv Sena Uddhav Thackeray exist after this election?
Oh, so you're saying it's a battle for existence, a battle for survival for the other factions really of the NCP as well as Shiv Sena. But that was all about counting. For now, we'll take a look at what else is making news in India and around the world. But sharp at 10, we'll again go back to tell you what the trends are looking like in both Maharashtra as well as Jharkhand Assembly elections and who is set to become the chief minister in both these states. We'll take a break at this point in time. We'll be back with news.